Hey guys, it's Queen Fit Tasha over here. It's been a while actually. It's been what um, about over 18 months, if I'm not mistaken, since I last posted a video. Um, I have been in hibernation, but today I was like, okay, I'll pop in and say hello to everybody. I have missed this. I have really missed my Friday videos that I used to post, but life happened in between 2021 and the beginning of 2021 until now. Today is what, July 2nd? Yeah, today is July 2nd, 2022. So it's been 18 months, 10 days, and 67 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. It's been 18 months. But yeah, as you can see, let's address the elephant in the room to begin with. As you can see, I have lost quite a bit of some weight. I know some of you have been seeing my progress on my stories on Instagram and Facebook, but in the back scenes, a lot more has been going on. I've been invested in my health and um, other things. I've decided to pursue many other things, and a few life changes, which I'm not here to discuss about, aside from my weight loss and mental health and spiritual journey, which I have been partly sharing with you all, I think, since the beginning of 2020-ish, I think. But I think I got a lot more serious sometime in June of last year. In May of last year, I decided to take things a little bit more seriously with myself. If you're somebody that's been trying to release some weight, you probably understand that we go into these cycles, in and out cycles, where you get some wind, you're focused, I'm gonna do it, and you do it, and then you lose your momentum, and then you relapse back to like 10 times worse than where you started in the beginning. So I think I've done a lot of those over the course of the last 10 years, I think. Yeah, since 2012. I've been trying to lose weight. I would lose some weight, and then, that would sit for like maybe 2, 3 months, 4 months, and then I would like, we're back to bottom of the bottom. A lot of triggers send us there. And then you just forget about all that amazing progress you were making. But last year was different for me. I don't know. I just had this overwhelming amount of passion to just shake things up in my life. I was just like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, this might get it a little bit emotional, but I think it's been needed. I needed to make this video. I don't have a tremendous following, but a few people that are on my friend list have been, checking in, and I would like to just address it. Yeah, so last year I woke up. No, this is so cliche. I did not wake up one day and I was just like, this is it. No, it was a series of small steps, like I would like wake up and just be like, I wonder how it would feel like to just eat healthy this week, you know? I just want to see if I would feel any different. And I would do that. I would like really commit to a week of health, and then it just slowly started adding up. You know, you just start piling up onto that. But what really um, drove me into making a change was fasting, intermittent fasting. I think if you guys can remember, I would post my snapshot screenshots of my fasting apps. I was following this app. It's called Life app, where I would time how many hours I would fast for. And I just really became so obsessed in fasting for so many hours. Um, every single day I wanted to beat the day before, you know, like I started with like 16 hours. I would fast 16 hours and just eat 8 hours. So the first thing I did was to cut out breakfast. I cut out breakfast. Um, and then I would just eat lunch and supper. And then I started trying to shrink that 8 hours into nothing. I moved to 6, I moved to 4, I moved to 2, I moved to 1 hour, and then I started chasing prolonged fasts. I want to do 36 hours, so that's 1 day, 1.5 days, and I chased after that. And then 36 hours pushed to 48 hours, you know? I was just like, I just want to know how it feels like. Like, if I can survive 36 hours, I should be able to survive 48 hours, you know? And I started watching a lot of videos on intermittent fasting, the benefits of it. I started looking into religions that practiced intermittent fasting, and I started looking at how many people from those religions were obese, how many people were like having issues, and my findings were amazing. You know, like, people that practice Islam have very few health problems, and in part it's because they practice intermittent fasting. They incorporate it religiously during the Ramadan months, and it keeps their body healthy, and not many are obese. You know, Buddhists also practice fasting, you know, of some sort. Christians practice fasting, but it's not as often. That's personal, but it's different from Islam, where it's like incorporated. It's like in a rotation. With Christianity, it's a choice. So yeah, as you can tell, I became a researcher. But yeah, so I just really took on a whole different approach on how I was going to lose weight. I looked into all options, all of them, and then slowly I started just taking out the boxes, you know, like, okay, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. And slowly but surely I started to see a path to what is working for me, you know. So after I jumped into intermittent fasting, and I loved it because I started sleeping better. Oh God. And I started having energy, you know, to play with the kids and take them on walks and take them to the park. Oh, things like were just shaking up and playing. And so I started loving those, and I was like, okay, if I can intermittent fast, then, you know, if I'm gonna eat, I need to eat food that's not gonna stunt my progress, because fasting was not fun at all when I started out. I could feel the hunger in my belly, like the growling, like, give us food, you know. And I stood firm on my feet. I was just like, no, this time I'm following something. People are not dying out there. People don't die in Ramadan from fasting, and they're doing this every single day. I'm human. They're human. we're indifferent. So I jumped onto that, and I one more thing, I started talking to myself a lot. Okay, but that's a video for a whole different time. Maybe I'll do another story time on that. But I started challenging myself. I was like, you know what, Natasha, people are doing it out there. You're not special, you're not different. Stop giving excuses, and I stood firm. Dinner is always a big thing in my household with the kids. Like, at the end of the day, you sit down and we eat together. But when I incorporated fasting, I looked at my babies and said, babies, sometimes you're gonna be eating dinner, just you, but mommy will sit. I'll sit with you, but mommy won't eat, because mommy is trying to get healthy. She has a certain time when she can eat. So my kids understood that, and I would feed them. And I would tell you, feeding a child whilst you're fasting is a challenge. It's a big challenge. And if there are any moms out there listening, I feel you. It's tough. It's natural when you're feeding your baby to eat too, and that's how we end up obese, because we are feeding the children whilst we're eating, and then you want to sit down and just eat your own meal, but you've already eaten, so we're overeating. But I had to put my foot down, and I still had to be around food when I make breakfast for my babies, when I make them lunch, when I make them snacks. But I just had to jump into this bongo of mine and just be like, you're going to eat when it's time to eat. You're not starving. It's not the end of the world. Just make the food for the kids, give them the food, and then when it's time to eat, I'll eat. Muslims, mom, be doing it for centuries. They're fine. During Ramadan, they still have to attend to the children, because children are not really forced into fasting. Like, they don't have to observe fast. But the mommies make food. They make food for the kids. They still have to make food for the end of the day when everybody can eat. But during those times, they're not eating. So I channeled that strength. Thank you, Islam sisters. I channeled their strength and borrowed from it. And it helped me persevere. So I went through that obstacle of, well, I have kids. I can't fast. You can fast. It's doable. I've been doing it. I do it every single day. Just like that. And no biggie. It's it's been a lot. And that happened, so that set in. And where was I started thinking, when I'm eating, I need to eat food that's not going to send me back to the 20th century or the 18th century where I have come from. So I started out, okay, what's the best thing for the stomach when you are fasting? Something that's going to be gentle, to just open up your stomach very smoothly, And I started looking into that, and I found out you could start with tea. So I jumped onto tea. I became a tea lover. I started drinking tea first before I ate, and then I would wait for a bit, and then I was like, the next thing that's gentle is fruit. So I started looking into fruit. What's the best fruit to help you break a fast, without interrupting your gains, your autophagy, without compromising with your fat burning? And I looked into those fruits. So I started eating a lot of fruit. I incorporated oranges, they're sweet, but also gentle. Pineapple is really, really sweet, but I had to incorporate it for other health reasons, if you know what I mean, ladies. Pineapple is great for your vaginal health, and I wanted to improve my vaginal flora and just the pH balance and all of that. So I jumped onto pineapple. So I studied with the pineapple. And then strawberries, I incorporated strawberries also, and blueberries and raspberries, all the berries, um, including grapes. Yeah, I know they are very high glycemic, but I'm fasting. I gotta break it with something gentle. So I incorporated those, and then I would eat the fruit, and trust me, fruit tastes so much better after you fast. I swear, it's like your taste buds just, oh, fruit tastes different now. I love fruit. So yeah, and then after fruit, I would now eat my meal. Popcorn. Popcorn and I, we've become besties. Trust me. It's a treat, it's a snack, it's part of a meal. I eat popcorn a lot. And it's been great for my poop. TMI, sorry, but lots of fiber. Yeah, so there'll be some times where I just felt like, ugh, I don't want to deal with meat. So I would set meat aside and I would do fish. And there would be some times where I would just feel like, nah, I don't want fish anymore. And then I'll jump back to meat. You know, I have tried vegetarianism. I'll do beans and whatnot and fish, and then sometimes I'll do pure vegan. I'm not picky uh, with diets. 1 minute. Yeah, I had a package come by for me. Yeah, so I haven't been picky with diets and stuff. Like I follow whatever came to me. Like the more I fasted, the narrower my food options became. Like I wanted to eat healthier foods so that I could benefit from my fast, you know? And every day became about challenging the previous day. So it was like a tandem. So in between that, I incorporated walking. I started walking. I would wake up very early in the morning, and I would go for walks. Or in the evenings, I would pack my baby's up in a stroller, and we would push it, and we just started walking a lot. And that was, I think, June, July, and then July came around, and I went to Ghana, and um, there things just escalated when it comes to fitness. So I just started walking a lot. I walked a lot in Ghana, and it was like all the therapy I needed in my life just narrowed down into my walks. um, I would walk like 6 kilometers every single day, 5 days a week at least. And I just made it a point of focus. I was just like, I have a lot of childcare here, and there will never be an opportune moment like this for me to just throw myself into improving myself, you know? So I incorporated walking a lot, and the whole time I was fasting in Ghana, I was doing OMAD in Ghana, and I was eating organic right from the farm, fresh off the tree, fruit, vegetables, everything, meat, like everything was just purely organic. And my body was just like, yes, this is it. And the sun, I did a lot of yoga in the sun. I did a lot of yoga in the sun, yo. Yeah, it's like my insights remembered. Like, I'm a sun person. I'm from the motherland. I'm from Africa. Like, I need that sun. That was that heat. It cooked the snow out of me. It cooked the snow out of me. And thankfully the snow was coming out with a little bit of fat, so I trimmed quite a lot when I was there. And I'm so grateful for my time in Ghana. It was amazing, and had such a wonderful time. And then I came back to Canada in December of 2021. Christmas Eve, actually. I landed Christmas Eve. And oh, that was brutal. I went from plus 40 to minus 40 in one day. Oh, that was brutal. So my asthma kicked in, and it came with a vengeance. Like, it whooped my ass like the whole of January and February. I was having asthma attack upon asthma attack, like back to back. But that did not stop me. I still would work out at home. I did like a lot of squats, a lot of sit-ups, a lot of dancing, just movement. And when it would get warm, I would still walk. If you've been following my stories, I think you pretty much, this is like a recap for you because I've been sharing, and it's because of your comments and your remarks. They've been pushing me too, so thank you to my friends on Facebook. I'm really grateful that you have noticed my efforts, and it's because that you notice that I continue to thrive. Yeah, but still I rise. Yeah, so I came back, and then I was worried. I was like, I hope I don't lose the momentum that I've gained, because my coming back meant going back to work, and I just didn't know how fitness would fit into that dynamic of me going back to work and still focusing on my body. By the way, my girls stayed back in Ghana. They'll be back in October. Yes, I'm so excited. They're having a blast there, and I hope they're learning their African ways and traditions, and it's a period of growth for them, and I'm just so grateful they get to experience that in their lifetime, because most children that are born abroad don't have that opportunity to go back to where their parents are from, and just so we can have shared memories. When we're talking about back home, my girls will know what we're talking about back home, and when we're talking about here, they know about here too. So what a privilege. It's such a beautiful moment. I'm so grateful for that. In the meantime, it's been time for me to get myself into the best form, so that when they come back, I'm going to tire them out. I'm going to wear those babies out so they can sleep at night and not interrupt my sleep. You know what I mean? So my plan has been to incorporate fitness into my life any opportunity I can get, because I'm a young mom with 2 kids, high energy kids, and the place I have been at is not a place to be. It doesn't work for them, and I want it to work for them. I want them to have fun. I want to be involved in their life. I want to be a part of their activities. I don't want to go and take them to treehouse and I am not part of the fun. I'm just sitting and waiting. No, I want to go to treehouse and play too. Okay, I also want to play. I also want to jump around and bounce and roll and slide and jump. Like I want to do those things. We forget the inner child that resides in us as we grow, and we just focus on to adulthood. But lately I have been chasing that child in me. I dance when I'm walking home, I run, I jump around, I skip, I hope, I bop. I've been doing that, and I don't care who's watching as long as it makes me happy. Who cares? Oh yeah, I lost my locks, but I'm gonna be regrowing other ones very soon. Yeah, but I thought I should pop in and just answer a few of your questions about what I've been doing. I've lost weight. What am I doing? How am I doing it? So yeah, I've had to completely change my life, and a lot of things have had to go. I've just had like a 360 turn of events. I had almost an epiphany. Okay, another video, another time we can dive into that. But for now, I'll just say thank you so much for the comments, for the cheering on, and for the support. And I appreciate it. And I would love to be a resource to anybody that's also trying to get onto a path of health. But I will tell you, it is not an easy path. It's made me question a lot of things about myself, about my life, about the people in my life, about my choices, about my habits, about my insides. So it's been truly a journey, and I am so grateful for taking on a spiritual approach into releasing this weight. I don't know if you guys remember, in the beginning of last year, I was like, I want to adopt a holistic lifestyle when I was doing those detoxes with Power Life Global. I don't know if you guys remember that, sometime in May. But yeah, I stuck with that. I've pursued spirituality. I have had to re-question my beliefs, re-question my birthrights, re-question my choices in life, where they come from, why I used to think the way I used to think, why I chose the things I chose. I don't know if that makes sense. I've questioned my sexuality. I've questioned my faith. I've questioned my background. I have questioned my food choices, my friendship choices, my love life, my everything, my parenting choices, everything. I've had to, it's like I've flipped my life upside down, and now I have to restart it back up. But I am choosing this time. This time I am carefully choosing which blocks go on which level. Okay. But that's a story for another time. But that has had a lot to do with why my weight just keeps falling down. I never thought for a minute I would continuously lose weight, never going up, just down. I never thought I would ever experience that. And truly, it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of consistency. I've had weeks, months of stagnation, but I've constantly reminded myself that there's absolutely no way, if I continue to do this, that my body would just continue to stay where it is. It's impossible. Change happens. As long as you continue doing those things you're doing, change happens. Sometimes the body just goes, we're tired. Maybe you would change your mind. But if you, and we go back to why I talk to myself, if you talk to yourself and just be like, listen, I don't care what you're saying right now on the scale, I'll still go for my walk. Okay, I'll still go for my walk, but maybe this time I'll just put a little hip in my step, walk a little bit faster, and let's see if you're still going to hold on to the fat, because you will need it. That's another thing. Our bodies are designed, again from my research, our bodies are programmed to store and reserve fat from whatever we eat for emergencies, But thankfully, the current human condition does not allow for emergencies anymore. We live in privileged times where food is accessible 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You have access to food. So we have zero chances of ever experiencing an emergency. So you have to create those emergencies so that that stored fat can be used. That's why intermittent fasting does that. It creates an emergency where you put a stop to food. We're not gonna eat. Use the storage. Use the storage. You have a lot of storage. I still have a lot of storage. Like, I still have a decent amount of fat on me. Like, I'm not skinny, So you have to create the emergency, and your body will have no choice. It will have no choice than to go to those reserves and use it. I have to still work out. I still have to go to work. I still have to run after the bus. I still have to go to the gym. And then only after I do those things, then I eat. So the whole time, the body has no choice. That's an emergency. It has to use the fat it's stored. I have to use these beautiful reserves, man. Look at this, like my arms and my thighs and my belly, they're all energy reserves. So the more I fast, the fewer reserves they remain on me. And I should put a disclaimer, I am not a doctor. No, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a curious mind. I love to do research and I enjoy it. So I have started looking out for things that make sense to me, and intermittent fasting just has been making sense to me, and that's just how I live life now. Yeah, but like I said, it's been a lot of lifestyle changes and reprogramming how I look at life, how I look at food, how I look at everything. And with that being said, this went way longer than I anticipated. yeah, this could be my comeback to YouTube, or who knows, maybe I'll run off again and go hiding into my hiding. It's not really hiding. um I got diagnosed with the whole bipolar disorder thing in 20 end of 2020, beginning 2021. And yeah, YouTube just became like a whole place of fear for me. Like, I would get so anxious about making videos, and then I'll just be like, now I have to edit it, and then I have to post it, and oh my god, people are gonna be asking me, oh, you're not being consistent. And it just became so much for me. And in between that and anxiety and life and other things, I didn't have the energy. So this could be the comeback, but I was just thinking I'll be doing whatever comes to me. I don't want to have to plan content on, oh, I'm just going to focus on this, or I'm just going to focus on that. No, I'm just going to let it flow as it comes on the daily. If I feel motivated to make a video or share something with you guys that I think will be helpful to somebody out there, then I'll do it. I can't do the pressure with YouTube and the whole social media pressure. Like, who sent you? Who sent you to do that? Exactly. I'll do it when I want to. But content could be fitness related, it could be mental health related. You know how I love mental health, because as you know now, I do have mental health issues, and I have to be on top of them so that they do not affect my life and my loved ones. So it could be about relationships, it could be about um fashion tips. As you all know, lately I've been loving, making these outfits and stuff. It's all part of my mental health, just tricking my mind into loving the day and all of that through outfits. And uh another story for another time. As you know, my roommate, Miss Estella, she is a fashion consultant. She's like a fashionista, a guru. God, she's been an inspiration. She's such a creative soul, and I draw from her. She just, her fashion sense is rubbing off on me, and I'm gonna take it. Those are gains, okay? Those are gains. And I mean, what can I say? You go and follow her. Look for her. She's Achola's Closet on YouTube. Amazing content too. So go and follow her. But I have the privilege to live with her. So there you go. But that's a video for another time as well. But thank you so much. I did not mean to overwhelm you with such a long video, and this is not getting edited. I am posting it as is, because that's what triggers my anxiety. The whole, I gotta make it perfect, I have to tweak it. No, you're getting raw materials from now going forward. I shoot it, I post it. If I made any blippies in there, y'all can deal with it. None of my business. I'll go to bed like a princess. Yeah, but that's that. So thank you again for tuning in. Another thing before you go, I just wanted to say, it's funny how I chose my content name as my creative name as Queen Fit Tasha. It's almost telling, as though I was manifesting myself onto this fitness journey subconsciously, like, on a subconscious level. because when I chose the name Queen Fit Tasha, I had no idea that I would one day fall in love with movement or pursuing health or just being a healthy being overall. But here I am today. I am chasing just to be the best version of myself that I was yesterday, in a physical sense, in a mental sense, in a health sense, in a financial sense, in a nutshell. So that's just something that tells you that our souls know which way to go. We just gotta listen and follow. So Queen Fit Tasha was a good choice over Kashimi Paulendo. Although I would love to engage you guys into storytelling. Like, sometimes I just get these beautiful stories that I want to share with somebody, and I think I'm gonna start recording them and sharing with you guys, and let's see where this goes. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there. So anyways, have a lovely weekend. It's a long weekend here. It's Saturday. I just did my 6 mile walk, and I was sitting here as I was stretching, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video, a recap video. And maybe, who knows, maybe on Saturdays I could do like a stretch video with you guys, like just stretch after I walk, a nice long walk or a run. Yeah, who knows. Anyways, have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and I say